Hi, I'm John, and I'm here today to tell you about our Trapiche, or sugarcane mill. My wife Maureen and I have a little nature lodge in southern Costa Rica called Magnolia. When we bought the property, which was made up of about 280 acres of rainforest and pasture, there was an old Trapiche down near the corral. The farm was first cleared and inhabited around 1937 by a man named Picado. Access to the farm was by a horse trailer or ox cart, and it wasn't until 70 years later that a four-wheel drive road was built. Originally, Picado would grow sugarcane and haul it to the mill in San Isidro by ox cart. Later, he bought a Trapiche and processed the cane into raw sugar, or dulce, which was a lot easier to transport. The farm changed hands a few times before Maureen and I bought it in 2005, and each owner used the Trapiche to squeeze the juice from the sugarcane and boil it down in a large bowl over a fire. The thickened liquid was poured into molds where it would harden as dulce. The locals say that one of the farm owners would ferment the juice and distill it to make contrabande, or moonshine. Anyway, the old Trapiche was rusting away in the field, and we decided to haul it up to our lodge and clean it up. So we disassembled it and brought it up on horseback in pieces. The whole thing must weigh about 500 pounds. It was extremely worn from decades of use, and one of the gear teeth was broken, so we decided to reassemble it and display it at the lodge as part of the heritage of the farm and area. Perhaps one day we'll have some of the parts rebuilt and put it back to work. It took a lot of hours with a wire brush and WD-40 to get all the nuts and bolts apart, but we finally had it to the point where it was ready to reassemble. For a base, we cut a piece off of a log that had fallen in the forest. It also weighed about 500 pounds, so it was tricky to move around. A couple of strong poles served as a ramp, and 3 guys were able to roll it into the back of the pickup. Then we cleaned it up and squared the ends. We also had to carve out an area for the spout and part of the underside of the bottom plate of the Trapiche. Then we rolled the log into place and put on the bottom plate. We replaced the bushings and rollers and put on the top plate and the sides. After, we cut another dead log into a beam to go across the top. This beam would normally be about 40 feet long, but because it's just for display purposes, we made it only go 3 feet long. 50 years ago, there were a lot of Trapiches in the southern U.S. and throughout Central America, but hardly any exist today. I'm glad we were able to preserve this C.S. Bell & Company number 2200 monitor Trapiche as a little piece of the history of our farm in the area.